bit of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. On first down, Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. That is Tomlinson who is down. Boy, not what they want to see. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. On play action, it's Garoppolo. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, this rivalry, Charles, the Seahawks and Niners, really one of the best in the NFL. So many great games in the last decade or so between these two. Where does this one rank for you in terms of best rivalries of, let's say, the 21st century?
I'm so glad you phrased it that way because we look back on some of the best rivalries in the NFL. We're talking about traditional rivalries like Bears-Packers. But here in the 21st century, it's hard to beat Seahawks and Niners because when they get together, you're often playing for division titles, positioning in the playoffs, and chasing the Super Bowl. Similar to Ravens and Steelers, two of the best rivalries in the NFL.
And for the first time, we get a look at the veteran Russell Wilson as he gets set to lead yet again this Seattle Seahawks offense.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Well, you talk about catching a defense off guard. They were not expecting jet sweep at all there.
Well, he was 10 yards downfield before the defense even knew what hit him. So a really good play call against a defense that was set up for them to gain big yardage. And how about how they execute?
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Going with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that...
Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so.
And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
From the 22, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 86 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
On first down, Wilson. They'll find Everett there, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Colby Parkinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Wilson going to throw for it. Rolling to his left. It's complete. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back. Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. From the shotgun, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to
touchdown Seahawks. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Second down. Here's Mostert again. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Snead's got it. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Able to fight through one tackle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. After the interception, here's Wilson. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Bobby Wagner, the all-pro, in on the tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Draw play, Garoppolo gives to Mostert. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Boy, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick six. He completes it to Snead. The 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Mostert. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And did the offense get it back? They did at the 1-yard line. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Sermon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Trey Sermon. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was finished off by the rookie Trey Sermon. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So let's glance at a player spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Wilson. And there's the rookie from Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge. Wilson able to hook up with Eskridge. First down, Seattle. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. Flushed out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Metcalf. Touchdown! Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. This time the extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play action. Garoppolo. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Garoppolo. Getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a tick under a minute to go before half. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to get this all the way down 5. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. He's at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick 6 there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Taking a shot for Samuel, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Stanford Cardinal, Richard Sherman. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he had the touchdown of the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Flush to his right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. Here's Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. A lane there to run as Mostert able to get about 7 there on first down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He uncorks it for Snead. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start out west in the City of Angels with Arizona in town for an NFC West matchup. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. Matthew Stafford's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill sharp in the victory as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they are in a tight one, all tied with the visiting Ravens. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His 5 touchdown passes have him on a record pace. As for the call of the second half, we'll turn it back over to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone, and this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Wilson. The Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run again with Carson. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Will find his man. That's Freddie Swain. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, is so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down. This is Carson. Down to the 25. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. The deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the... And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8. Final minute now in the 3rd quarter. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Garoppolo again. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Here's Sermon. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Mostert. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. To the goal line. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now it's Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Wilson wants to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better. Well, this is something that Pete Carroll should be pretty well familiar with. Remember when he told Jim Harbaugh after losing a ball game and Harbaugh went for 2 late against him, hey, what's your deal? It's the same situation here. Now, I'd kick the extra point, but I am reminded that plenty of coaches feel like it's not their job to worry about the other team. It's their job to worry about their own team. You have to stop us.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
They'll swing this out to Mostert. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on the windup, incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. No. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. It's the former Stanford Cardinal, Richard Sherman. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive